This next audit is going to be a real treat. I'm currently sitting in the parking lot of Walmart from in Southport. After this stuff happened with my face mask, after all of this stuff happened with my job with the whole face mask thing, I basically quit and I didn't have anywhere to go. So I parked in the back of Lowe's. Some cops came by, saw me. It was like my second night. They didn't see me the first night because I was laying I was like sleeping, like, you know, your seat, if you're in your back seat, I was like on the floor in my back seat area. So they didn't see me in there one night. So they drove past. And then I think it was like another night that I went there and I happened to be up at the time and they drove by, they saw me and, cause I walked away from my job over this whole mask thing. Cause they told me, no hard feelings, you know, all that. You guys know, some of you know my story, some of you don't. It doesn't really matter. That's basically what it was over. Some petty junk. And so I walked. And a lot of people didn't understand that. You know, you're stupid, just follow the rules, just be a slave, do what everybody else was doing, because that's how I guess they feel like they're helping instead of really helping and telling the truth about all this stuff. But anyway, and these are the main people you hear talk about me. But then again, anyway, I'm sitting, a cop found me, and he basically, we talked for a little bit. I told him everything that happened. I said, I'm homeless. I walked away from he said, oh, he was like, because of the whole COVID thing. And I was like, yeah, because basically it was over the whole COVID thing. And, so he was like, all right, well, and like, you know, another car came, another cop car came or whatever. And then when he figured out everything that was going on, he basically said, okay, man, well, I can give you some suggestions where you can go. And he said, you know, you can go to Walmart. So I went into Walmart, I think, the very next day, the Southport Walmart, the very next day. And I went in there and got whatever I had to get. Ended up getting the wrong thing. I got some kind of charger and I needed it was a C something on both ends. It wasn't like a box and then, you know, whatever. It was like where you can, I guess, plug one Android. I don't know anything about technology, not a lot about technology, even though I buy it up now to record everything that's going on, but it was something messed up. So I had to go back, and I went to customer service. Some lady comes over there, some manager comes over there, tells me what I have to do. I told her, no, she says, you know, did anybody say you about a covering? I'll start calling them coverings from now on. And I said, no. I said, yeah, they told me, because somebody did stop me in the door, but the person that stopped me at the door, I said, she said, why don't you? Or she said, why? I said, I don't. She said, why not? I said, I have a constitutional right not to. And she said, okay. You know, she was just like, oh. And she let me walk, right? And she let me walk in. So, and then got all the stuff I wanted to get and everything. Got into the car and realized like what I didn't need or that I messed up. So I had to go back and I was on an exchange it. At the process exchanging it, employees ringing me up. And some lady walks in there, I guess a manager, and she says, like what I just told you. And then I said, yes. But, and she said, okay, well, maybe, next time you have to wear one. I said, that's not true, but, okay, or something like that. And she got mad basically because I didn't say, okay, yes, ma'am, or whatever, because I don't. So, and I knew that. So then we got into a little, spat, and she called, and I said, well, I told her to call the cops. So she called the cops. They came. Cops didn't know anything about, the law and everything. And, said that she's not trespassing you. But she couldn't trespass me because I wasn't trespassing. It's a place of public accommodation. And there's no way that I was trespassing because I came in there as a public customer just like anybody else. So, but it wasn't even worth it. All that stuff had happened with my job already. I said, you know what, just forget it. So I just walked out. So I talked to the cops. They weren't too mean. They didn't know the, I guess the difference between law and policy, but they were pretty cool about it. So I came, and we left. I walked out and I left. And that was basically that. And that was a long, long, long time ago. So now I'm on this, I do my audit, so I go around and I audit people. So I haven't been here in a long time. And we're going to audit them. And the reason why I came to the one in Southport is because I returned a couple things to the one in Leland yesterday. But I returned some things 2 days in a row. And I don't want them thinking that I just keep coming there because I'm trying to mess with them and be all high and mighty about knowing laws or anything like that. That's not the case. I really need these things. I get things that I need. I don't spend my whole stimulus check on something I don't need and then be wondering why I'm broke. I think I spend it on things for my survival because I have to survive on my own right now. So I invest in things that are gonna help me and not just blow my stuff. So then I want the right thing that's gonna last me for a while. So but the last 2 days I've been having issues with some of their items. So, but I don't want them to think that I'm just doing that to do that. So I'm coming to the one in Southport because I haven't been here in a while either, and I want to see if their policies have changed any of how they approach people and massless shoppers. All they have to do is leave me alone. All you people who are here, all you have to do is just let people be, and it'll be fine. Stop telling them that they have to do things that they do not have to do. If they really had to do that, it wouldn't just be here for your little policy. It would be every single place that they go. So wherever you're saying doesn't even make any sense to me. Somebody who knows what they're actually talking about. I don't care how many of your little customers either want to look at me sideways or your employees or whatever. And I'm sorry to some of you employees. I know you're just doing your job, whatever. But if I was you, I'd be like, hey, I told the man if it was me and they were like, whatever, saying stop people and stuff, I'd be like, tell somebody once or whatever, and I'm like, hey man, I stopped the man. That's not in my job description to be fighting with him. I did what you said. He didn't want to do it. Report that person to a manager. That's what I would do. That's the first thing I would do. But you see, now they have this pop. Well, they I don't know if they still have it, but they radio in when somebody's without a mask is coming in the door, giving people problems or something like that. Like we're doing something, like we're breaking the law and we're doing whatever, and we're doing all the stuff that we're not. We're just trying to shop at peace. So every time I go in now, from beginning to end, I have to do this or go in and let everybody know, so you can see what's going on before I go in there, and then you can see it happening. Instead of them saying, because they won't, and I have my own social media platform, so they can't say, oh well, he's did this, did that, and the third, and then you put me on in some kind of news report and say some man was being violent after whatever, because he didn't want it, and then get it on CNN's line behind and get some kind of story about something I did when I didn't. That's why I document every single thing that happens, so you can know that you don't have to do these things that these people are telling you that you have to do. People being scared and phobia, if they're that scared, go home, hide in the closet. We don't have to conform to what you're doing. I don't know what you people don't understand about that. So, and I'm going to show you how ridiculous this is. I was going to walk around in there and say all this, but I might not even get in there. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the major basic points of what I'm going to say is. And what I'm going to say is, sorry, a cute girl just drove by. She was really cute. Speaking of that, I was in, well, no, never mind. Well, yeah, I was in Walmart, and some girl walked up. She was so beautiful, but I could only see her eyes. I was like, dang, this girl is gorgeous. And like, I was looking at a tool set, and I was like, talking to myself, like, yeah, I need to get some more tools in my tool bag. And like, she rolled up and I said, my tool bag. And I turned my head and looked at her. And then I just looked, the other way, and then I just like, I walked away because I didn't know what to say, so I walked away. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she was fine. But I was like, I wonder what the rest of her face looks like. Okay, back on topic. I'm gonna show you how ridiculous the points I want to make here too is that there is a Family Dollar right over in the same parking lot basically as this Walmart in Southport. And I'm gonna show you how whatever happens in Walmart, they're going to it's not going to happen. Whatever they're saying is happening. It's so funny how it can happen over here where it's possible over here. But you're going to see after they deny me, or if they deny me, you're going to see me go, even though I'm going to come back in there with items that I got from Walmart without a covering on. I'm going to show you how ridiculous this all is. Now that I'm returning items without a covering on, even though I bought them without a covering on. So is this the policy here, or is it literally the policy everywhere? Do they have to enforce it? Then they have to force it? Oh, but it's so important that another company right across the street in the parking lot, they're not enforcing it. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? There's shortages over here of pennies, nickels, and dimes, and then there's shortages of or somewhere over here with a sign, you see that there's a shortage everywhere, but then you go right across the street and then they're not talking about it or saying anything about it. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. And that's what I'm trying to show you. And that these people, and I don't know why you people who are, never mind. But I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you the difference between how I'm gonna walk right in there, and then I'm gonna show you how it goes even further. What even makes it even more ridiculous is after I go to this Family Dollar, depending on what happens at Walmart, because I really do have to get some things for my survival, as a human being on my own right now. I'm gonna go to the Family Dollar regardless, and I'm gonna show you the difference in the way that they handle it in their policy or whatever, and then I'm gonna go to the Family Dollar in Leland and show you how the difference is night and day. And I'm gonna put the links and connect all of these videos so you can see how you can see the ridiculousness in this. So this is what I'm telling you guys before I walk in there. I'm about to walk in there right now and audit these people. And I'm going to record the whole time. So I'm just giving, that's the say so in case whatever happens in here, I'm not trying to tell them and then tell you at the same time or tell my, whatever. I might even start going live. I don't want to do that. I want to let you know what's going on and I want you to see it so you can see I'm not lying. And then I'm going to go and just do everything I said I was going to do. This Family Dollar, no matter what happens at Walmart, and then the next Family Dollar in Leland. So we're going to see how this goes.